Hi there everybody. Today I'm gonna be showing you how to work in Godot from scratch. Okay, so when you download Godot and open it for the first time, this is basically what you see. So the first thing we're going to start with is making a project. Okay, so we're gonna hit new project here by the right, and here you see project name. Well, I'm just gonna name this game. Okay, well, all these things I'll be teaching in this video is content I've made before. Well, I just brought it together to give you a complete, just I think somehow plus minus one video where you'll be learning how to make your first game. Like when I say first game, I mean the simplest game on earth. Okay, so here we have the project part. So now, as you can see, this is going to take you to where like this is like to open a folder in your laptop. So I'm gonna save mine in desktop, okay, and I have this folder here called Godot Games. So I'm gonna click Godot Games and click select this folder. But if you mistakenly open it, that's alright. You can just click select current folder, okay. If you don't want, you can click this arrow up here. So we're just gonna select current folder, and this is where we're going to be saving our game. So there are two ways you can do this by hitting create folder and naming your project. But here I'm just going to click create folder by the side here. So it's going to create a game folder inside this part. So everything is alright. And renderer, I'm going to be using OpenGL 3.0. But if you have a less fast laptop or an outdated laptop, you can use the OpenGL ES 2.0. Okay, so I can just hit create and edit. Well, if you don't know how to download the Godot, it's going to be, I have a video for that. It's going to be in the link in the description. So you just get it and follow up. So now, as you can see, I'm just changing into these three stuff. And how am I doing this? Okay, so this is 2D. Okay, so Godot is an engine that you can use to make 3D games and 2D games. So here is 2D. So if you click on 2D, you're going to change it to like the 2D viewport, something like that. Then here is the script. This is where we'll be writing all our codes in. Well, I don't have any script now, so that's why it's empty. But the shortcut key for changing all these tabs are just F1 for 2D, F2 for 3D, and F3 for the script. So you most likely be using those when you want to be fast about something or anything, just to save you some stress. Okay, now, so today we're going to be having some lovely squares moving around in our game. So I'm going to be making some sprites. Okay, so now these sprites are just, I'm going to make it, since I'm on the Windows, I'm going to use paint. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and open paint now. So here I am in paint. Well, as you can see my sheet here, I can just go ahead, yeah, and just increase the size there a little bit. Then I'm gonna hit resize because I want my shape here is gonna be 32 by 32, so I'm gonna hit OK, and I'm gonna pick a color of my choice. In this case, I want that color, and I'm gonna use this fill tool. Okay, and fill it out. I'm gonna save this in my game folder. Well, if you don't want to save it, like if you have a sprite folder or something, you can just go ahead and save it there. But according to my directory, where I saved my game, here it is game. So this is my folder. This is my game folder. As you can see here, we have icon.png and icon.png here. It's basically the same thing. So I'm gonna say player, and I'm gonna name it player. So I'm gonna save this guy. Then I'm gonna make a new file. Okay, well, I'll still give it that 32 by 32 pixels, and I'm going to give it an ash color. I'm gonna use the fill tool and fill it up. Well, this is not a paint tutorial, so I'm not gonna go deep into all that stuff, and I'm going to name it wall.png. So this should be pretty basic for you guys. So if we switch over to Godot, you see that those icons, those pictures that we just made, were just imported by Godot. So now, first thing, I want to explain what this side of the of the application is. So this is the node tree. Okay, so all the nodes we're going to be having are going to be on this tree. Okay, they're all going to be lined up here. And this, as you can see here, is the file system, and this is where all your resources are going to be. Resources like sound, scenes, scripts, icons, as you can see here, sprites, and everything. Pretty much your textures and everything you need will be here in your game. So if you want to like know where this is, you can just click on any of them and just hit show in file manager, and you can see the file, the folder I made here again, and you can see everything in it. Okay, so we're just gonna exit that, and now this is the inspector panel. Okay, so as you can see now, the inspector panel is empty, but it will actually be full every time that we make a node. Okay, so if we click on a node, it's going to bring out things about the node here in the inspector panel. It's called the inspector panel, as you can see here. Then here in the node, here where you see node, this is where we'll be connecting signals from and so many other things. There will actually be a tab here that says groups. Okay, so it's when you click a node that you see all those things. So let's just try it out. We click node 2D scene, and that this is the node 2D scene. Okay, so as you can see here, we have some signals and we have some groups. Okay, so I'm not going to be touching groups in this tutorial. Well, I'm just going to be showing you signals. So now, like for example, well, not only this node, you can use other nodes and just connect their signals by double tapping on them and just connecting it to a script. Well, we don't have any scripts yet, so we just leave that way. So when we click on that node, as you can see here again, in the inspector panel is kind of full, and here you can see transform, which will give you the position, the rotation, and the scale. Then here in the z index, I advise not to go through this now, but what it actually does is just shows how farther away, and like just pretty much like layers. Okay, so if something is at the back, you will like start like a -1 z index or something like that. Okay, then the visibility, if you put it on, you'll see that the node actually disappears. So if you put it off, you'll see that the node disappears, and when you put it on, you'll see the node. So this, you'll most likely be using this. You might think that it's actually not useful, but don't worry, you'll use it. Okay, over here in the modulate panel, these are actually like colors that are gonna modulate your some of your nodes and stuff like that. So here you see showed behind parent. You're actually still gonna be using. You're actually gonna still be. You're still. You're actually gonna still be using this. So you might not know the usefulness now, but later you might know. Okay, so that should be all. Here in the material, nothing much. Just use parent made material. You will not be using this as a beginner. Then here description, no big deal. And here the pause, we're gonna be using this when you want to like pause the game. And the script is where we're gonna assign scripts. Okay. So now I'm gonna make my style game, which is my box moving around. Okay. So I'm gonna save this scene. But before that, I'm gonna rename this guy by just double clicking on him and say I'm gonna name it game. So when I save this thing, you see here that it automatically saves as game. But if you want it to be another name, you can just rename it by just typing whatever. Okay. Yeah, on name it game. So I hit enter and save it there. So now the new node I want to make is going to be I want to make another scene. So what I did was I just tapped this plus sign over here. So now over here you still see what we saw at the beginning. Well, this time around, if we're gonna be clicking on 2D scene, we're gonna be using another node. And over here you can see all the nodes that are possible to be used, and all these guys have like people under them. I would say people like have nodes under them, so you can actually choose from those. Now I'm just gonna search it out, and I'm gonna search kinematic body. So make sure you get the kinematic body 2D, not the 3D. This is for the 3D and this is for the 2D. So I'm gonna hit that, and I'm gonna just name this guy player. So all of you know how to name him right now. So if I click this here, I'm gonna see this node has no shape. So it can collide and interact with other objects. Consider adding a collision shape 2D or a collision polygon today as a child to define a shape. So a kinematic body, from what they just told us, must have a shape. Okay. So we have to add a node. So we just hit Control A, or if you don't know that, you can just hit Control A, and we're going to add the node to it. Or actually, you can just right click and click on where is it, add child node. Well, I like using the Control A, so I'll be using it very much in this tutorial. Okay, so they say a collision shape, and here it is, collision shape and collision polygon. Well, the collision polygon just allows you to make an irregular shape, but a collision shape allows you to, it just makes a particular definition of shape. I want to know how to explain that actually. So since our player here is a square, we're going to be clicking on this shape, and when you click on it, you see new rectangle shape, and we're going to give that a rectangle shape. So here again, from the player, don't click on the player and hit Control A and make a sprite node. Okay, just a normal sprite node. Here it is, and we're gonna hit enter to make that node. And if you click on this collision shape and hit Control A and like click the sprite, you see that it makes it as a child of the collision shape, which is not what we want. So we're gonna delete it by hitting delete. Then the sprite over here, we're going to drag it, put it here where it says texture. Okay, so we have our sprite, and we're going to drag this guy under it so that it just shows up in front of our player so that we can resize it properly. Note that the the whatever is at the bottom shows in front of everything in your scene tree, except you have the canvas layer, and we're getting to that. So we're gonna just be making a very simple game. Okay, I've given it its shape. I'm gonna save this as player.tscn, and I'm gonna make another, well, not really another one, another scene. Well, in this tutorial, I'm gonna be using the tile collision system. Okay, so it's gonna practically be a platformer game, and I'm gonna be using the tile collision system. So when I click on this node in the game scene, I just switch right clicking on the game scene. I just hit Control A, okay, and search for tile map. Here it is. So if I hit enter, it makes a tile map for me, and if you notice, it makes some kind of grids for us. Okay, really nice stuff. Well, these grids will only be visible when we click on the tile map node. If you notice, if I just click on this, all those grids disappear and stuff like that. When I click on the tile map, I want to go over here to the inspector, and you see tile set. I'm going to click that empty, and you see new tile set. So I'm going to make a new tile set as you just click that new tile set, and when you click on it again, something like this should pop up for you. So now this is where we're actually going to be setting the collision and everything for our tile set. So here we're going to be hitting the plus button, and over we're going to choose the world.png. So here we're going to hit new single time. We're going to turn on the snapping option so that it actually shows us what we are looking for. Okay, then we're going to click on it, click on this particular space, which is going to have a collision, and we're going to click on this square over here to create the rectangle collision, and that fills it up. So you note that if you don't actually make this collision, your player will just be falling through the wall. So that's not what we want. I think I should be done. Then over here in the we're gonna click the tile map again, and when we click it, you'll see our tile over here. Okay, so we are okay with the tile, but one problem is if we try to tile it, you'll see we just click and drag it. You'll see that it's giving this spaces that we don't want. So what we're going to be doing is go to cell, and here we see 64 and 64. I'm going to change it to 32 by 32, which is the default, which is the size of our sprite. Okay, so as we change it, as you can see here, is now better. If we click and drag, it does it pretty nicely. Okay, well, I'm just gonna style this a little bit and just like give it a nice platform for our game. Okay, so our box is gonna be jumping all over this place. Well, if you want to delete the tile, you hold shift. Okay, no, sorry, you just right click and you delete the tile. So, and if you want to make a tile, you left click and you make the tile. So like I have so many tiles here that I want to delete. So what I want to do is hit control and shift at the same time, then right click, click and drag. So as you can see, it's practically like erasing all of them away. Well, I've not yet left the button, but when you leave it, it's gonna delete. Well, I just want to delete this one, and I've deleted it. Okay. Now, I just want to make it better. Sorry. And shift and delete. Okay. Yeah. And I want to make it nicer, look more attractive and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get rid of all these styles that are not really important. Okay. I'm gonna save the scene, and if I go to, I'm gonna make a new scene. And sorry, not a new scene. I'm gonna deal with the script of the player. Okay. So I'm gonna be dealing with the script of the player. Here I'm gonna click the player node, and I'm gonna add a script. So here you see this kind of dialog box pop up, and here you see language. We're going to be using GD scripts for this. Then the templates, you're gonna see default, empty, and no comments. So I'm just gonna click on no comments because this is what we would like as a beginner. And here you see the path that you want to save it. So we can actually create a new folder and name it like scripts. So this is still in our project, not going far to anywhere. So we'll just open this. As you can see here in the res, under the res you see our script folder, and we're going to save our player.gd there. So hit create, and now your script should look like this. Okay. So now I'm going to be passing in some commands. Okay. Well, first off, I'm going to save this in. Okay. So I want to make the first thing which we call a variable. So I'm going to hit var and say var move equals to vector 2, and I'm going to put brackets there. So I'm going to explain what this is. Var, as if you're familiar with many programming languages, you know what the var does. It basically makes a variable, and the variable is like a container that stores a data type. Okay, with this data type actually allows us to input two functions, I guess, no, two values in it. So this is the name of the data type. You can name this whatever you want. You can name this whatever you want, but I'm just gonna go with move. So now vector 2 is mostly used in 2D because we mostly use two values. But you can also use a vector 3 if you want to deal with three values. We're gonna use a vector 2 for now. And we're just gonna leave this bracket empty. Here we're gonna hit make a new function, physics process, on the physics process function. And if you don't know what this is, it's just make it just runs the same, sorry, we runs whatever is in this code um at 60 frames a second 60 times. Okay, so it actually does everything in this code 60 times in 1 second. So the ready, sorry, I forgot to tell you about what the ready does. The ready just does things one time and it does it at the start of the game. So at the ready, like when your game just starts, it's gonna do whatever is inside here. Okay, so I actually covered this um all these functions, all these script like stuff that I'm gonna do in this video. I covered it in one of my other videos. I'm gonna put the link in the description so you can just go over there and just get some clearer explanation. Okay, so here when we have the physics process, we're gonna say if input dot is action pressed, and we're gonna hit like a UI right. Okay, so if we're pressing the right key, what do we want to do? We want to move the x is equal to, let's give it like a 200. Okay, so what does these two lines of code do? It just says, as I told you before, the move here, as we gave it a vector 2, it allows us to put in two values, which is going to be x and y. So it allows you to put in two values. So here I'm going to manipulate the x value in this move by just typing in move.x, and we're going to set it to 200. Okay, so well, another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say if input.right, sorry, if input dot is underscore action pressed UI underscore left, then we want move dot x to be equal to minus 200. Okay, so why are we using the minus here? In Godot, this is the x-axis, the horizontal line is the x-axis, and the vertical line is the y-axis, just like normal, yeah. So if you are familiar with graphs, you know that the forward axis is a plus. So if in like we have here we have about 50, 100, 150, and here we have minus 100, minus 100, minus 150, and stuff like that. So this is the forward axis, which is going to be the plus sign of the x-axis, and this is the minus sign of the x-axis. So if we want to move left, which means we want to move backward, we want to move with a minus sign. So hopefully what I just said will make sense. Okay, so now we're going to be dealing with the jumping. I'm going to say if input dot pressed, sorry, dot is action pressed, which is going to have the up key, then we want move dot y to be equal to minus 200. Again, what does this do? It's it's it, so we're using a minus sign for the move.y because in Godot actually, and in most game engines I've seen out there like Game Maker, I've noticed that the y-axis, the bottom is the plus and the up is the y. So as you can see here, it's going to show you, as you can see here, you see 500. Okay, so this is the plus sign, this is the plus side, and this is the minus side. As you can see here, it says minus 500. You might not see it through the video anyways, but you can also check your Godot just to see that. Okay, so if you're wondering the way I'm zooming in and zooming out, I'm just using the middle mouse button and just wheeling up and wheeling down. Or if you don't have a mouse, you can just do it by hitting Control minus minus and Control plus plus. Okay, like just hit Control and plus. So just that will zoom in, and Control minus will zoom out. Okay, so that should be, we should be done with that. And at the end here, I'm gonna say move and slide with move. Okay, so we're gonna use this move variable to move and slide. So we're gonna save this. What this move and slide is actually doing is like basically moving and sliding. I don't know how to explain that. But it's just moving, but it won't really slide the way you think it will, but it's actually moving. Okay. So what we're gonna be doing now is we'll go to our game scene, hit F1 to look at the scene pretty well, and we'll click on the game. So now our player is in another scene. So how do we get him to be in the game? What we're gonna be doing is we're gonna hit instance here. Yeah, this thing, this like link button means like instance a child scene, and we're gonna be instancing the player. So this you most likely want to do this because you most likely have the player in like a couple of scenes, and maybe you just want to edit him once and he goes everywhere. So that's what you like you want to do. Just instance, just make a player as another scene, and when you save it here, it saves everywhere. So we're gonna save this, and we're going to move the player over around here. Okay. Well, you can just do that by clicking, or you can do that by hitting W and staying anywhere in the viewport and just move the player. Then we hit Q, or we go to this cursor here. So I'm just gonna hit Q to change back to my cursor. So I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna hit F. I'm gonna hit this run here. So this means run. That means we want to test our game. So if I hit it, you'll see um, we need to define a default theme. Well, I'm going to cancel that for now. I'm just going to show you how the run theme does, how it works. It just runs only that theme. So as you can see here, my my um my player just left the game. Okay, so why did he just leave the game? The reason is because if we go to F, we just click F3, we go to our player script, and here we're meant to say elif. Okay, yeah, yeah. So we're just gonna make this an elif statement. Sorry, I'll just say elif. Okay, and we're gonna make an else. Again, if you don't understand most of these things, you can just go to a video that I'm gonna leave in the description to really brighten up stuff for you. So here we're gonna hit move the x. I'm gonna set it to 0. So move the x is gonna be equal to 0. Now for the move the y, as you could see, I can go to my player scene here and just hit F6 to run only this scene, and I'm gonna show you something. Okay, so here as you can see, if I hit the right key, sorry, we're gonna hit F5, and I'm gonna select this guy, and I'm gonna select the game scene because this is our main scene, and I'm gonna run it automatically. And as you can see, if I hit off, it's not going to come down ever. Okay, so that's a problem. So we're going to be giving it some gravity, and before that I'm going to make a variable called speed so that I can change our speed at any time. So like now I can just name this speed, and here I'm going to give it a minus speed, and here I'm going to give it a minus speed. Okay, so why did I make this speed variable? It's just so that if I want to like change the player speed, if I change it to like 100, I won't have to go through all my code changing each speed to 100. So if I just change it here, I change it everywhere. So that's some nice things about programming. Okay, then now it's time to add our gravity. So I can just make a constant here by hitting by typing in const. Here I'm gonna say grv for the gravity, and I'm going to be giving it like a 30. Okay, so you might say according to physics gravity is 10, but in game world that's very wrong. Okay, so if you use 10, you actually be falling too slow that you won't even like. Okay, so now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to type in move dot y, so plus equals grv. Okay, on a normal you see that we use this equal to sign, but we want a situation whereby every frame are getting faster. So like if we fall from a very tall height, we keep getting faster until we reach the ground. So that's pretty much how gravity works. Okay, so I'm gonna hit F5 again to check it out, and we notice our player started on the floor. So if we hit the up key, you see that he jumps really nicely. So a problem is that if we keep hitting the up key, he's just he's gonna continue going up. So that's a problem. Okay. So how we're gonna fix that is we're gonna say, and we're gonna be adding an and statement here, and it's gonna be saying is on wall. Okay. So not that it's not is on floor, because if we say it's on floor it's wrong, it won't work. We're gonna use is on wall, okay, for now. So it's actually going to check if we're pressing the up key and we're on the ground. Okay, so if we're pressing the up key and we're not on the ground, we don't want to jump. Except we're pressing the up key and we're on the ground, then we jump. So nice stuff. Hit F5 and check it out. As you can see, our player is jumping really nicely. So we're going to be increasing the speed. So okay, well, I'm going to leave the speed that way, and I'm going to make another variable, jump speed. Don't actually worry about how many variables you make in your code, that doesn't really matter. Well, or I think I can just reduce the gravity to like a 10. Sorry, know that if you want to close the game, the shortcut key is F8. So when I'm done with this game, I can just hit F8 and it closes. So as you can see, my player is jumping really nicely, but I don't like the gravity. So I'm going to change the gravity back to my 30, and I'm just going to make a variable called jump speed, and it's going to be equal to like a 400. So here I'm just going to give it a jump underscore speed. I'm going to save this. I'm going to hit F6, sorry, F5. Okay, then we have this our player jumping really nicely. Well, another thing I do like is the fact that if we go to a wall and we keep pressing the right key, we jump higher. Actually like that fact, but if you don't like it, you can just go to the code here and say at the end, I'll be like, and is sorry, and not. Okay, so the exclamation sign means not, or you can just type it here, and not is on floor. Okay, so we can just do that, but I don't want to do it, I don't like it. Well, just leave it this way. Hit F6 and I think we're done with our game. So this is how to make your first simple game in Godot. So if you have any questions, you can go over to my Discord and leave them there, and many of us can put things together to answer you. And if you actually want a private chat with me, we can link up on Instagram or on Facebook. Okay. So if you're not on any of those platforms, you can also leave your comment down in the comment. You can also leave your question down in the comment section below. And if you want me to make any type of tutorials, you can also leave it down in the comment section below, and I'm gonna pick it up from there. So thank you, thanks for watching, and goodbye.